So 2 weeks ago, the Border Patrol, these are great people, Border Patrol agents. These are people that know more about the border than anybody will ever know, other than, of course, Sheriff Joe Arpaio, who endorsed me, right? Sheriff Joe. Sheriff Joe knows about the border, and he endorsed me. And 2 weeks ago, I got a call that the Border Patrol wants to endorse you. They've never endorsed a candidate for president ever in their history. And 16,500 Border Patrol agents endorsed me. And when I spoke to one of the top people, I said, let me ask you this question, because it's very important to me, because I'm always flexible. Let me ask you this. It's a very important question. You're endorsing me, and you want to see it stopped. How bad is it? They said, Mr. Trump, you have no idea. We have the equipment. We have everything. We're told to stand back and let people just flow across like Swiss cheese, okay? I said to him, so I think we need the wall. How important is the wall? To the Border Patrol people. They said, Mr. Trump, it's absolutely vital. And actually, the one man said something that was interesting. He said, it's an absolutely important tool, maybe our most important tool to stop what's going on, Mr. Trump. So I felt good when he said that, because I don't want to be wasting a lot of time, folks. And you know what? If I didn't think it was going to work, I could turn that off in 2 seconds, and I think people would understand. But when I ask the people that know more about the border than anybody, how important is the wall, and they tell me it is absolutely vital, and in the other words, it's a vital tool, it's an important tool, it's maybe the most important tool that they can think of, we're going to build the wall. We have no choice. We have no choice. Build that wall, 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 build that wall. So, we're going to build it. Who's going to pay for the wall? 100%. By the way, 100%. So we have a trade deficit with Mexico. And by the way, I just said, the Mexican people are great. They're going to vote for me like crazy. The ones that are legally in this country, look, all these Mexicans, you're voting for Trump? I love the Mexican people. I love the Mexican people. But we have people that are in our country legally, and they can't get jobs because other people are coming in and they're taking their jobs. And we have people, they lose their houses. There's so many different things happening. So we're going to do things properly. And we want people to come into the country, by the way, but they have to come in legally. They have to come in legally. So we go down the line, and I was so honored to get their support. And I started, actually, I have a structural engineer who's really terrific. I said, do me a favor. Let me see. I mean, this guy's got good talent. I mean, what I do better than anybody is build. I'm a really good builder. I build. In fact, I'm opening up, I took over the old post office, one of the most sought-after projects in the history of the General Services Administration, which is on Pennsylvania Avenue, right between Congress, right between the Capitol building and the White House, right smack between. I always tell people in real estate, if you can get the post office, you get the best location because they got there first, okay? So I got the post office. The old post office building, it's 1 year ahead of, think of this. It's 1 year ahead of schedule. We'll open in September. It was supposed to open up actually in much more than a year. I mean, to be honest with you, we're almost 2 years ahead of schedule. And I said, let's not say that because nobody even would believe it. But we're almost 2. But I say 1 year because I want to be very nice. I want to be respectful. But we're 1 year ahead of schedule, more than that. And we're under budget. And the building is much better than we ever thought. It's going to be one of the great hotels of the world. And General Services Administration, by the way, totally professional. These are great people, totally professional. We have great people in our country. We have phenomenal people in our country. We have bad leadership. We have people that don't know what they're doing. But we have great people in our country. So we're going to build, thank you, we're going to build the wall. And the one thing, look, what I maybe do best, I think my biggest strength, other than the economy, and which I seem to be winning every single poll, and jobs. But I think my biggest strength is going to be national security. I think it's going to be the military. And that relates also to our economy, because we're defending nations all over the world, and a lot of these people take advantage of us. We're defending them. And the press, because they're so damn dishonest, they're the most dishonest, I talk about it. And I give the answer. I say, no, I want to defend Japan. I want to continue. But they have to continue to pay. They have to pay us a fair amount. I love Japan. I love Germany. Although they are ripping us off big league with devaluation, but we won't talk about that. Saudi Arabia, making $1 billion a day before the oil went down. $1 billion a day, they're still making a fortune. We defend them. How stupid are we? We defend them. And all we have to do is say, you got to help us out, folks. We owe $19 trillion. We want to continue to defend you. And here's where the press leaves me. They always say, I'll give you an example. You have South Korea. Every time this maniac from North Korea raises his head, all of a sudden it turns out to be like, we send our ships, our planes, our soldiers. We've got 28,000 soldiers on the border right now between North and South, right? And every time something happens, they pay us a fraction of what this is costing us. Now, anytime you order a television, or you order almost anything, it's coming out of South Korea. It's certainly coming out of that area, but it's coming out of South Korea. You order television. I order thousands and thousands of televisions a year. I mean, the only bidders I have are LG and Samsung and all these companies, and they make a fine product and all that stuff. We don't even I don't think we make televisions anymore in this country. I would love to find a company that made televisions. We don't make anything anymore, folks. We have lost, we're losing our base, we're losing our manufacturing, and it's disgraceful. So what I said is this. They got to help us out. Now, I want